Express my tremendous gratitude to the leaders of Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey for helping us reach this incredible day and for being there. They were there with us all the way. And of course, as you know, Saudi Arabia and Jordan and so many. I will tell you, President Erdogan was personally involved in dealing with Hamas and some of the others. He's been great. They've all been really amazing. Indonesia's been amazing. Indonesia's been fantastic. The whole world has come together for this. People that didn't get along, people that didn't like each other, neighboring countries that frankly didn't like each other, but now
someone got shot last night in Minneapolis again.
So we look forward to welcoming.
I'm sure we've all heard by now.
Hostages, like you can't believe, home to their families, and that'll take place early next week.
Apparently shot in
Monday
the leg.
or Tuesday. And all Americans should be proud of the role that our country has played in bringing this terrible conflict to an end. And I want to thank some of the people. JD, you were fantastic. And Pete, you were great. Marco was fantastic. I mean, some of you were very much involved. I'm looking around. So, indirectly, I think almost everybody in this room was involved. Susie, I want to thank you very much. You were
crazy.
Yeah, they brought the heat, man. An incredible job.
This is so.
And yes, John, what you've done was invaluable. CIA, John Radcliffe, he's done an incredible job. So I want to thank you all. And,
I got hit in the head really bad.
Non-stop onslaught.
You've been amazing. And then you have Steve Witkoff, who worked so hard.
That was really quite a barrage at the beginning.
You remember we settled 7, this is number 8, we settled 7 wars or major conflicts, but wars.
Well done.
And this is number 8.
Ryder starts
the one
throwing
that I thought would be maybe the quickest of all would be Russia-Ukraine, and I think that's going to happen too. But in the meantime, they're losing about 7,000 people a week.
I got to pull you guys up too.
Mostly soldiers, young soldiers. They go out to war and they're getting killed. Well, it doesn't affect us in a lot of ways. We've got a big ocean in between. You don't want to see that happen.
Traitors.
It was a big mistake. That war should have never happened. It would have never happened if I were president. So we're here this morning for a cabinet meeting as my administration continues to deliver for the American people, despite the radical left lunatics that shut down our government. You have Democrats that they've lost their way. They have no leadership. We don't even know who to deal with over there. At least they know who to deal with. We have no idea who we're dealing with over there. It's like they have no idea what they're doing. Republicans have voted repeatedly to pass a clean, nonpartisan bill to reopen governments at the same funding levels. We're not going to do anything only good for health care. To pass a clean, really, I think, become the party of good health care.
It's doing the thing again. Serves me right for not checking it. Derp. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't thing is I don't have speakers lined up on my windows. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it because it's all effed up. Yeah, I don't have my speakers here are wired to the Mac. The Windows computer here does not have speakers. That's what the YouTube feed runs from. So, yeah, my bad. Oops. Anyway, good to have you with us, YouTube, now that you can hear me. Share back up. Let's see. Agitators flee as ICE agents fire tear gas directly into Black Bloc. More footage. Woo! Dang, man. Crazy. Okay. Sorry, closing some excess windows here in the background. Trying to free up some memory. There we are. Okay. Anti-ICE agitators hurling insults at ICE agents.
Cunt ass bitches! You fucking Zionist cunts!
What? How on earth could you possibly presume to know that these are quote unquote Zionist cunts?
Posers! Piece of shit!
What?
Oh, I'm sure you're all God-fearing Christian men serving the fucking earth!
Oh, and then insulting them, presuming they're Christian too, which, you know, again, how the heck do you know that? Oh, honey, it's delicious. Dang. I don't know what that is, but that is amazing. Okay. This is Ford Live. All right. Anti-ICE rioters tied a tow rope. Ah, this is the big one. Tied a tow rope to a weapons locker in a federal vehicle and ripped it out with a pickup truck as Minneapolis PD refuses to respond. Yep.
Hey, listen, I'll tell y'all now, they own a Snapchat, so they don't be
papers. I heard that one guy, Nick Mercado, we saw the other day, who's since locked his account. Mercado Media. There he is. Oh, he unlocked it after he cleaned up all of his illicit, self-incriminating activity, I assume. Yeah. This guy, I guess, picked up some of the papers and was reading out doxing identities, names, addresses, phone numbers of federal agents who were working on cases in the area. Insane.
Hey, listen, I'll tell y'all now, they own a Snapchat, so they gonna be on y'all ass if y'all recording this. They gonna be on your ass. They gonna be on your ass. Your ass is a witness. Hey, don't hit them.
Get into it and get the guns out. They do, don't they? Yeah. Sheesh. Crazy shit, man. All right. Yeah, thought I'd seen that they did indeed get in, got some shotgun, some ammo. Insane. Absolutely freaking insane. Well, I can't wait to hear, can't wait to see what Trump's had to say on the events of the last 24 hours. Looks like we got a lot to get to today. All right. I like that. Oh, man. Shitload. This just don't end. Busy day. Healthcare, we'll skip. Let's do Minnesota. Yeah.
DHS says at 6:50 p.m. Central Time tonight, quote, federal law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted traffic stop in Minneapolis of an illegal alien from Venezuela who was released into the country by Joe Biden in 2022. In an attempt to evade arrest, the subject fled the scene in his vehicle and crashed into a parked car. The subject then fled on foot. The law enforcement officer caught up to the subject on foot and attempted to apprehend him when the subject began to resist and violently assault the officer. While the subject and law enforcement were in a struggle on the ground, two subjects came out of a nearby apartment and also attacked the law enforcement officer with a snow shovel and broom handle.
Wow.
As the officer was being ambushed and attacked by the two individuals, the original subject got loose and began striking the officer with a shovel or broomstick. Fearing for his life and safety as he was being ambushed by three individuals, the officer fired defensive shots to defend his life. The initial subject was hit in the leg. All three subjects ran back into the apartment and barricaded themselves inside. The attacked officer and subject are both in the hospital. Both attackers are in custody. This is another attack. This attack on another brave member of law enforcement took place while Minnesota's top leaders, Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, are actively encouraging an organized resistance to ICE and federal law enforcement officers. Their hateful rhetoric and resistance against men and women who are simply trying to do their jobs must end. So a very lengthy statement there, Sean, but it sounds a whole lot more complicated than what we initially had, that this was one person involved with a shovel. It sounds like
golly.
Was going after a Venezuelan illegal alien who had been caught and released at the border by the Biden administration in 2022. That person crashed into a parked car, got out and fled. ICE was chasing him down, and then while they were wrestling on the ground, two people came out of a nearby apartment and then started attacking the ICE officer with shovels. And during that ambush attack, that is when the officer pulled out his weapon, fired, and hit one of the suspects, who again is stable. So it sounds like the suspects are in custody.
Good. Get anything related to this? Oh, well, yeah, here's these Minnesota high school students from yesterday did the walkout and went to the state capitol building. It went about exactly how you'd predict. Get enough of them in one very tightly confined area, and what on earth, man? What even is this? What are you wearing? All right.
Bring it. If Waltz is the best you got, and Fry's the best you got, and Klobuchar is the best you got, bring it. And that scum in the streets, bring it. Let's invoke the Insurrection Act and let's do it today. Let's get up there and clean out that mess. Bring it.
Well, I would love to see that. I do think, personally, not that I would know or anything, but I do think President Trump is going to let it get just a little bit worse. Just a little. Not too much, but I don't think we've quite crossed the threshold, as bad as it seems, as it is right now. But I don't think it's going to take much longer at all. In fact, within like the next couple weeks or so. Then again, who knows? Who knows how far they could take this? He very well may let it continue to slowly build up in the approach to midterms, because that is certainly one way to get people pissed off at the enemy. I guess I suppose it's a question of who the people are going to end up pissed off at more as all this stuff continues to drag on. Us or them. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I assume he does. Probably pays people very well to know. But I don't think it's going to take long. All right. What are we going to skip to? That's a live stream. Oh, this is quite long here. Multiple ICE and FBI vehicles destroyed and looted. Probably another view of that same vehicle we saw earlier. Yeah, with the safe. Or is that the one with the safe?
Yeah. So far, I haven't seen them. Fuck, that was dumb.
Where'd you touch it?
I touched the whole. I think it was.
What?
Ooh, don't touch that with your bare hands.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he must be like masked up so people have no idea who he is.
Fuck, that was dumb.
Where'd you touch it?
Oh, shit. That was dumb. I touched it with my bare hands. Oops.
I touched the whole. I think it was.
Throw it in the sewer, some shit. Get rid of that shit. Hey, don't leave it in there. You already touched it already. Throw it in the sewer.
Appreciate you, man.
Criminals doing crime. You're leaving no fingerprints, son. Shit. Nuts. Bad. Pure badge holder. It's a what do you call it? NFC chip. The wireless kind of tag badge. Doesn't really say for what, but wow.
In what context?
Oh, they're even tagging him. Nice. Wow. All over the damn thing. Spray paint everywhere. Jeez, man. Laptops. Wow, they're taking data. That's not good. I hope they had their encryption situation well sorted. Fucking idiots. Also left behind by the feds appear to GW a stack of papers, including arrest warrants and intelligence, now in the hands of Minneapolis community members.
Arrest warrants.
Arrest warrants. Oh, what the hell? Oh, shit. Bro, you not.
Oh, shit.
Hey, take these pictures to the news.
Take these pictures to the news, he says. Wow. Here's where they get into the locker.
Almost there.
Oh, wow. This fucking thing was made out of plywood. What the shit kind of locker is this? There goes the laptop.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Oh, that's a rifle? I don't know. That looked like a laptop. Oh no, that's definitely a longer case. Whoa. Okay. Scratch that. That is definitely a rifle case. Holy cow.
Oh my god.
Whoa, dude.
Oh my god.
bullets.
Hey, that's what he said.
Get them glow sticks, son. Get them glow sticks. Come on, do it. No one wants the glow sticks.
Ain't no way.
Taking the patches even. Fucking parasites.
Ain't no way.
Fucking parasites.
Tourniquet there.
Did he get? Oh, there's 2 more minutes of this. Where else do they go?
Hey, don't film that.
Press. Oh, here come the popo. Okay. Conveniently, minutes after the weapons have been distributed and run off God knows where. Great timing, guys. Great timing. Anti-ice rioters tied a tow rope. Well, we saw that clip. Ripping the weapons locker out. Tim Waltz, oh great. You're kidding me. You're shitting me. Like, this is last night. Tim Waltz just demanded every resident of Minnesota stalk and harass ICE agents so the agents can be arrested and prosecuted in the future. This is straight up. Wow, I was unaware of this. This is absolutely Insurrection Act territory. I told you, man. Telling you for a while, his ass is going to prison. He's fucked.
ICE agents tonight they conduct these activities.
Oh, he had some audio issues too. Cute.
Help. So carry your phone with you at all times.
Wow, way to go, Tim. Your badass super insurrection governor video
Establish
is a pile of steaming shit. Way to go, dude.
ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record.
Retard.
To peacefully help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans. So carry not just to establish a record for posterity. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. The third thing I want to say to you tonight is
what a joke. Like, what did he even say?
Third thing I want to say to you tonight is create a database of ICE agents tonight they conduct these activities. Can help. So carry your phone with you at all times.
Carry your phone with you at all times.
Establish a record. If you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit
If you see the ICE agents, take out your phone.
To peacefully help us create a database of the atrocities against.
Will help us create a database of them to prosecute later.
So carry not just to establish a record for posterity. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood,
actively encouraging this psychotic behavior from these people. Now, open insurrection. Straight from the governor's mouth. Straight from the horse's mouth.
And hit record. The third thing I want to say to you tonight is a database we will not have to live like this.
Wild.
Tonight, I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities. You have an absolute right to peacefully film.
Here, it's still screwed up. You guys probably can't hear it because I have my audio settings not fucked up, but it's coming out of just the left speaker. I have it set so it'll fix that, and it should come out of both speakers for you guys, but unbelievable. What a amateur hour.
ICE agents as they conduct these activities. So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans. not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution. Tonight, I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities.
Unreal, dude. Yeah. Okay. I can confirm that all 6 prosecutors Pam Bondi called out last night vote in Democrat primaries. Multiple sources also confirm they've been trying to leave the office for some time, using this stunt to make themselves employable to high-paying Democrat-aligned firms, of course.
You have multiple employees now that have resigned. They didn't like the fact that there's an investigation into some of these groups. We call it astroturfing. There are different groups, even crowds that you can purchase, believe it or not, which is insane. And they didn't want to be a part of this. And you need to get to the bottom of is who might be financing the instances that would be putting ICE agents' lives in jeopardy. Isn't that legitimate? That seems legitimate to me, especially in light of, you know, an 8,000% increase in the threat level and a 1,300% increase in, you know, attacks against these guys.
Yeah. Sean, we support Secretary Noem. We support our men and women of Homeland Security and ICE, who are out there taking predators off the street every day around the country, and they're doing it in Minnesota. What happened in Minnesota? We had 6 prosecutors who suddenly decided they didn't want to support the men and women in ICE. One of them was busy doing a photo shoot with the New York Times while ICE was out there risking their lives. So they came, they said, we want to resign, but we want to use our annual leave up until April, meaning they wanted the taxpayers to pay for them to go on vacation because they decided they didn't want to support law enforcement. So the breaking news tonight, I fired them all. They're fired from the office. And our U.S. attorney there, Rosen, he's great. He was just confirmed 3 months ago. So he has his hands full. And that's what we're facing around the country, the deep state, in many of these offices. And we learned these people had been out there interviewing at liberal law firms prior to this. But I'll tell you what.
Oh, no surprise there. Okay, well, at least they're fired. Trump this morning. If the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE, who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in that once great state. Oh, it's coming. And soon.
Those agitators, those
especially after what Waltz just did. I mean, I had no idea that had happened. It's just unbelievable.
Lawbreakers from attacking ICE agents. And so if you can use the Minneapolis police to get those agitators who are attacking ICE agents out of the situation, get them out of there, then you don't have to resort to this. But that really is where it comes down to it, because these ICE agents are conducting lawful activities. I understand the mayor doesn't like it and the governor doesn't like it, but remember the root cause of this. Joe Biden let millions of unvetted foreigners into this country, many of them criminals. Many of them went to sanctuary cities like Minneapolis. They're committing crimes, bringing drugs, murder, other things to communities, and the ICE agents have the responsibility to get those lawbreakers, apprehend them, and bring them to justice. The mayor and the governor of Minnesota are encouraging people to intervene, to put themselves in danger, to endanger ICE agents. And so what the Insurrection Act threat means to me is Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, take action, or you'll see an escalation.
Yeah, wow. Here's Mercado. Leftist agitator Andrew Mercado facing mass calls for arrest after receiving stolen FBI and ICE documents from destroyed federal vehicles in Minneapolis and reading them out live on stream. A felony, potentially carrying a 10-year sentence, scrambling to erase all the evidence. Oh, yeah.
I have stuff for you to see.
Oh, what do you got?
I have paperwork.
Oh, boy, what do you got?
I have paperwork from these vehicles with full FBI first, last names,
Wow.
numbers, emails, addresses.
Oh, wow.
It has how they it has where they take.
Hold it open.
Yeah, I'm contributing.
So this is the. Okay.
Just the flashlight person.
Oh wow. Oh wow. There's their number. Their call sign 920 Op Center. Let me go like this.
Tell me when to.
Okay, go ahead, flip it. Okay, POC. Oh my God.
Too many protests. This is transport of
yep, I see it
immigration
at the top. I
targets.
see it
This
at
is
the
where
top.
they take them.
Screenshot everything, chat. Screenshot this. You got to screenshot it. All right, you can go ahead, flip.
What an idiot. What an absolute moron.
This is maps to where they're staying or they're taking people. Again, full names, emails, phone numbers.
State Senator Bobby Joe Champion, Democrat, says last night's vicious assault of an ICE agent is just an example of Minnesota being a place where we help our neighbors.
If there were neighbors and others who came out to help this person, that is just an example of Minnesota being a place where we help our neighbors. And we are
the person being the person that assaulted the officer.
Clear that the ICE agents have been coming here, and there's over 2,000 of them. And they've been attacking and terrorizing our state. So
yeah, and oh, really? How many illegal immigrants are there that have been attacking and terrorizing your state? Guarantee you, it's a shitload more than 2,000, bitch.
Neighbors will come out and be helpful. I'm not certain if they had brooms or shovel. That is to be further investigated.
If they did, in fact, have some sort of weapons to use to attack the ICE officer.
Psychos, man. Christy, no.
Our agents were out doing what they're doing every single day across this country is they were doing targeted enforcement, going after individuals that are breaking federal law. When this individual drove away, crashed his car, tried to run into a home, and as they were wrestling on the ground trying to detain this individual, two other men came out of that building and started attacking him with weapons and shovels and brooms. And as it was 3-on-1, the agent feared for his life and defensively had to take action. But, you know, this kind of violence is perpetuated by what we hear the governor saying, what we hear the mayor in Minneapolis saying, and their irresponsibility is extremely reckless. Governor Tim Walz has my phone number. I have called him and talked to him and said, listen, you let your city burn down in 2020. Don't do it again. President Trump wants to keep everybody safe. We're enforcing federal law. We're protecting every single American. Work with us. Now, I want to remind you that Minneapolis itself, under the mayor's leadership and the governor's leadership, released almost 500 criminals out onto the streets rather than bring them to justice and turn them over to federal authorities. So they know they're releasing murderers and rapists and drug traffickers on the streets of Minneapolis. We're out there making sure they don't harm American citizens, and we're getting attacked while we do it, but we're going to continue to do our work and do what's right because it's what President Trump promised the American people.
Okay. Noam again.
The president's threatening the Insurrection Act. Just a quick definition for our viewers. Authorizes the president to deploy military forces inside the U.S. to suppress rebellion or domestic violence or to enforce law in a certain situation.
Pretty clear that this applies.
How serious is that threat right now? Will that happen, Madam Secretary?
You know, I spoke to the president this morning about several different things, but we did discuss that. And that certainly is within the president's constitutional authority to use that if he thinks he needs to keep people safe. What I love about this president is the very first question that he asks me is, how are you doing and how are our people doing in this country? How are the people doing and our law enforcement officers? What can we do to keep them safe, but to also make sure we're bringing dangerous criminals to justice? He's had the greatest fraud in American history happening right under his nose, and he didn't just allow it to happen. We believe, from all indications, that he was complicit in it, that he knew all about this Somalian fraud that was happening, stealing from government programs and taking dollars away from the most vulnerable individuals in this country and putting it in their pockets to make them rich. So he had this fraud going on for many years. He'd love to change the conversation, trying to demonize our ICE officers, but we're not going to. We are there. We're doubling down in Minneapolis to get to the bottom of this fraud, to make sure we bring perpetrators to justice and to make sure that we're doing the right thing and bringing safety to the streets. He's had the greatest fraud in American history happening right under his nose, and he didn't just allow it to happen. We believe, from all indications, that he was complicit in it, that he knew all about this Somalian fraud.
He knew. He knew.
Because if you look at the mainstream press, they're helping him. They're misportraying the situation on the ground. We had an officer last night viciously attacked with weapons, 3-on-1, where his life was in danger, and he defended himself. And you see a lot of news reports out there that it was another ICE shooting. They didn't report anything about the weapons or the fact that these individuals came out of a home to beat him mercilessly with a shovel, and that he had to protect his own life and his colleagues that were soon coming to back him up. So absolutely, I think that this is a distraction for him. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to continue to talk about the fraud and the stealing from the American taxpayers that he has allowed to have happen in Minneapolis. It is the largest fraudulent scheme in American history, we believe. It's in Minnesota. We're going to get to the bottom of it and bring people to justice, even the elected officials that allowed it to happen.
Oh, yeah. They're in deep trouble. And they know it. That's why they're getting desperate.
Every single action that our ICE officers take is according to the law and following protocols that we have used for years, that this administration has used, that the previous administration used. They are doing everything correctly. And over again in litigation in the courts, we've proven that they've done the right thing. Every single action that our ICE officers take.
Yep.
If anything doesn't change with Governor Walz, I don't anticipate that the streets will get any safer or more peaceful. Governor Walz and his leadership team need to come to us and find out how we can work together like we have in many other states. We didn't see this kind of reaction in Louisiana when we ran our operations exactly how we are running them in Minneapolis. But we had a very different response because we had leaders that were working with us. If you saw our operations in Florida, extremely successful. In Minneapolis so far, we brought hundreds of criminals off the streets that were dangerous to society and dangerous to that community. We would wish that Governor Walz could take an example from the governor of Louisiana, the governor of Florida, and work with us to do the right thing for his people. If anything doesn't change with Governor Walz,
Hosting a great healthcare plan. Attempting to lower drug prices, insurance premiums, and hold big insurance companies accountable. Oh, here we go. Here's the 3 criminals who ambushed the ICE agent. Here we go.
DHS says at 6:50 p.m. Central Time tonight, quote, federal law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted traffic stop in Minneapolis of an illegal alien from Venezuela who was released into the country by Joe Biden in 2022. In an attempt to evade arrest, the subject fled the scene in his vehicle and crashed into a parked car. The subject then fled on foot. The law enforcement officer caught up to the subject on foot and attempted to apprehend him when the subject began to resist and violently assault the officer. While the subject and law enforcement were in a struggle on the ground, 2 subjects came out of a nearby apartment and also attacked the law enforcement officer with a snow shovel and broom handle. As the officer was being ambushed and attacked by the 2 individuals, the original subject got loose and began striking the officer with a shovel or broomstick. Fearing for his life and safety as he was being ambushed by 3 individuals, the officer fired defensive shots to defend his life. The initial subject was hit in the leg. All 3 subjects ran back into the apartment and barricaded themselves inside. The attacked officer and subject are both in the hospital. Both attackers are in custody. This is another attack. This attack on another brave member of law enforcement took place while Minnesota's top leaders, Governor Walz and Mayor Fryer, actively encouraging an organized resistance to ICE and federal law enforcement officers. Their hateful rhetoric and resistance against men and women who are simply trying to do their jobs must end. So a very lengthy statement there, Sean, but it sounds a whole lot more complicated than what we initially had, that this was one person involved with a shovel. It sounds like ICE was going after a Venezuelan illegal alien who had been caught and released at the border by the Biden administration in 2022. That person crashed into a parked car, got out and fled. ICE was chasing him down, and then while they were wrestling on the ground, two people came out of a nearby apartment and then started attacking the ICE officer.
Nuts, dude. All right. So I guess Timmy gave a statement 30 minutes ago or so. Oh boy, here we go.
Minnesotans believe in the rule of law.
Okay, Coach Tim.
And Minnesotans believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's room for everybody, no matter who you are or who you love or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life. We're an island of decency in a country being driven towards cruelty. We will remain
an absolute travesty.
Island of decency, of justice, of community, of peace. And tonight I come before you simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us. Thank you, protect each other, and may God bless the people of Minnesota. Minnesotans believe.
Psycho. Desperate psycho. You can hear it. You can hear it.
Take that away from us. You simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us.
Don't let anyone take our gravy train away from us. Don't let anyone take our crime organization away from us.
Thank you. Protect each other. And
sicko. Don't worry. His day's coming.
Caught up with some of them on Capitol Hill, including Congressman Benny Thompson.
Threatening to shut down the government in an attempt to abolish ICE or at least slash its funding.
The top-ranked Democrat on the House Homeland Security Committee, and Bill asked him if he's for abolishment or accountability.
At this point, it's accountability.
I'm not for abolishing ICE.
Should ICE be abolished, Senator? Will you use...
I have lots of problems with ICE.
Should it be abolished?
Thank you.
Do you believe ICE should be abolished?
Same answer that I just gave to that question earlier in this press conference.
So Jeffries refused a yes or no answer there. He's mostly focused on how ICE funding did not go through the usual appropriations process in Congress. Harris.
Rich, thank you very much.
Caught up.
Major fake news operation about Trump having a stroke has been debunked. Oh, God, another one of these. Daily Beast claiming Trump suffered a stroke several months ago and has kept it from the public. A medical expert has claimed. Yeah, he totally looks like someone who's had a stroke. What expert was this? How much did you pay them? Next Wednesday, our committee will vote on resolutions to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress. Then it goes to the full House and over to the DOJ. Honk, honk. Woo!
They did not come in. They've been very combative. We're going to hold them in contempt in the House Oversight Committee on Wednesday, and then the following week, when we're in session, the full House will vote on it. I fully expect every Republican to vote for it, and I think we might even get some Democrats, and then that'll be turned over to the Department of Justice, and Pam Bondi and the Trump Department of Justice can handle that however they want. I know how Merrick Garland handled Navarro and Bannon, and I would hope that they would try to go that same route. They did not.
We saw that. Okay.
Dana, good morning. And emotions are high here in New Jersey after an ICE raid here at this laundromat and surrounding businesses in Morristown on Sunday led to anti-ICE protests and really controversy here locally. New Jersey Democrat Governor Phil Murphy is now weighing whether or not he's going to sign 3 anti-ICE bills that were passed by the Democrat-controlled state legislature. Now, the bills legally prohibit police from stopping anyone based solely on immigration status, prohibits ICE from operating in New Jersey's jails to deport criminals, and prevents New Jersey from sharing personal data with ICE without a warrant. Now, Governor Murphy has until noon Tuesday when his term ends to sign these bills. And he's, Dana, good morning. And emotions are high here in New Jersey.
Insane.
Revolucionarias y el Ministerio
yeah, this is the remains of Maduro's Cuban security guards.
del Interior. Honor y gloria a nuestros compañeros.
Coming back in multiple boxes.
The White House has now responded.
Oh, White House responding to Waltz.
Tim Walz, Jacob Fry,
From last
and
night.
Democrat leaders in Minnesota have done nothing but turn up the temperature, smear heroic ICE officers, and incite violence against them, all in the defense of criminal illegal aliens. In Minnesota, ICE has arrested rapists, drug traffickers, domestic abusers, and more, despite the Democratic opposition. The Trump administration will protect the American people and enforce the law without apology. Quick response. A lot to say. Your reaction. First reaction here on the Faulkner Focus. Clay Travis.
They're 100% right. And Harris, you remember this. In 2020, when we demonized police, what happened? Murder skyrocketed across the entire country, and we didn't let good law enforcement officers do their job. Now Minnesota, Fry, Walz, they are deciding to demonize ICE officers. They're making them targets, and they are going to increase the overall level of violence in this country. I think President Trump has to step up aggressively, say we're not going to do this. Remember what happened in L.A.? He sent in all the forces, and everything stopped in L.A. We got to do it in Minneapolis, too. It's out of control.
Yep. It's ridiculous. Yep. Venezuela lady, Machado, arrives at White House for Trump talks. Wonder how much that freaking suit cost. Don't look cheap. Yep, last week, Waltz was declaring war against the federal government.
And it's clear, look, I don't think any governor in history has had to fight a war against the federal government every single day.
Well, I said this yesterday. We've never been at war with our federal government.
And it's clear, look.
This guy's all over the place, man. Absolute fucking idiot. That's one of the crims that attacked the ICE agent. Okay. I'll come back to that in a second.
John, exactly. Let's take a look at some of the other areas we've operated. Take a look at Illinois and the Broadview Federal Facility. We saw some of the same tactics used by some of these rioters and agitators and protesters. But even in Illinois, under Governor Pritzker, and he's definitely no friend, they still allowed state and locals to come in and work with the federal government to make that Broadview facility safer. That's all we ask here at the Whipple facility here in Minnesota is we want safe ingress, egress, so we can continue to conduct these Title VIII immigration operations. And anytime we can work with the state and locals, as we did in Louisiana, somewhat in Illinois, and North Carolina and other places, that's always a success for all of us. John, exactly. Let's take a look at some of the...
All right, now back to this one. Clay Higgins, 5 hours or so ago. Buckle, and I haven't heard from him much at all lately. I wonder what he's been up to. Been pretty quiet. Busy, I'm sure. Buckle up, he says. 10 U.S. Code, Section 252, use of militia and armed forces to enforce federal authority. Whenever the president considers that unlawful obstructions, combinations, or assemblages, or rebellion against the authority of the United States make it impracticable to enforce the laws of the United States in any state by the ordinary course of judicial proceedings, he may call into federal service such of the militia of any state and use such of the armed forces as he considers necessary to enforce those laws or to suppress the rebellion. Military is the only way, as the saying goes from ye olden days. Heavy tear gas deployment as authorities arrest militants at the Minneapolis Federal Building. This is earlier today.
This is America. We have a peaceful right to be. We have a constitutional right to assembly. You are police. You're afraid. You are violating our rights. You're good. We're good. Good. You are This is treason. We have a right to be here. We have a constitutional right. What are you doing to that person? What are you doing?
What does it look like? Oh my gosh, they're doing the shame chant. Stephen Miller.
But, well, I guess I'll just go back full circle and say that in Minnesota right now, the insurrectionists have come out of hiding. They're confronting our officers on the street. They're being arrested. This is a national security priority. More arrests of insurrectionists are being made every day. And each of those arrests then provides an opportunity to learn more about the network from a law enforcement and national security standpoint.
Commander Bovino on the phone, reporting from the ground in Minneapolis, outside of the ICE facility.
Sure, Sandra, the situation there at the federal building, the Whipple building, quite active protests out front at the building, and there have been some recent arrests made. Some of those protesters and rioters, they want to block the road, make it difficult for federal law enforcement to do its job, so they're being pushed out of the road, and if they don't move, they're being arrested.
Hey, Greg, it's John here. We know that it's been an awfully busy couple of weeks for you there in Minneapolis. We see the resist flag in the footage that we were looking at, although our camera has just gone down. Don't know why. It could simply be a battery, and we'll probably be back up again. But that's echoing the words of the governor of Minnesota last night, who said that people should go out and resist ICE. They should take their cameras out with them and film everything that they're doing. This idea, though, of holding protests right in front of the federal building, right where ICE is, the confrontation between the protesters and ICE, is in your mind, is that the way that people should be protesting ICE's presence, or should they have an area where protesters make their voices heard but avoid direct confrontation?
Sure, no one wants direct confrontation, John. We respect the First Amendment rights of anyone to air their grievances. We just ask those grievances to be aired civilly and not with violence. And that's where it seems a lot of these individuals cross the line, whether they're at the Whipple Federal Building or otherwise, is because they're encouraged, and we've said this many times, Sandra and John, they're encouraged to step over that line and, as you say, resist. And that is far and apart from exercising a First Amendment right to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly.
Huge federal response in Minneapolis this afternoon.
We're told that the Border Patrol. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, buddy.
This is
Get it done.
a serious clash happening right now. So John, we're told that the Border Patrol chief
down they go.
Dan Bavino is with them at this time. Let's see if we can pick up the audio. Let's listen. Okay, so obviously
looks like tear gas has been deployed to push the protesters back now. It looks like the federal agents have had enough of this and they're trying to disperse the crowd.
Also,
you heard the clack, clack, clack of the air guns firing pepper balls. Saw them yesterday in a.
Agitators and rioters are coming from out of state. Duh.
Sandra, great question. We do know that some of these individuals do come from out of state, and some of these individuals come to protest, and we are definitely looking at,
Listen to that thing.
How they're protesting. Are they being paid? What are the groups that are assisting, aiding, and abetting these rioters?
Cuckoo.
I think maybe we lost you there, Greg.
Okay. Looks like this is just reviewing accomplishments. It's usually pretty boring, I gotta say. We'll just kind of skim through. Supreme Court.
If the Supreme Court rules as anticipated in favor of maintaining these sex-based rights, is the administration prepared to take action against the states? I believe at this point it's 23 states that don't have those protections for women.
Absolutely. And as you know, Riley.
There you go. Yep. Good. Okay. On the meeting with Machado. Okay, let's definitely listen to that.
I will say, to your first question, the meeting was about to begin as I was stepping out of the Oval Office moments ago, so my understanding is that it's underway right now. I know the president was looking forward to this meeting, and he's was expecting it to be a good and positive discussion with Ms. Machado, who is really a remarkable and brave voice for many of the people of Venezuela. So the president looks forward to obviously talking to her about the realities on the ground in the country and what is taking place. As for Ms. Rodriguez, the president did speak with her directly this week. As you know, he revealed that to all of you yesterday. And Secretary Rubio and the administration have been in constant communication with Ms. Rodriguez and other members of the interim government in Venezuela. They have been extremely cooperative. They have thus far met all of the demands and requests of the United States and of the president, and I think you have all seen that play out. We obviously had a $500 million energy deal that was struck in large part because of the cooperation from Ms. Rodriguez. Venezuela and Ms. Rodriguez have also confirmed that they will be releasing political prisoners from Venezuela. There were 5 Americans who were recently released this week as well. So the president likes what he's seeing and will expect that cooperation to continue.
Contractor at the Pentagon chose to unlawfully leak classified and very serious information to the Washington Post reported the other day, which is why the reporter's home was looked into by the FBI. Now on Waltz.
The president's Truth Social post spoke very loud and clear to Democrats across this country, elected officials who are using their platforms to encourage violence against federal law enforcement officers, who are encouraging left-wing agitators to unlawfully obstruct legitimate law enforcement operations. And if you talk to any law enforcement officer, no matter what level they work at, they want to be working with their counterparts, whether that's at the federal level or the federal authorities wanting to work with their counterparts at the state and local level. And it's truly shameful that now for more than a year, you've had elected Democrat governors and mayors who have basically held their state and local law enforcement hostage and told them, you cannot cooperate with federal law enforcement. Why? They cooperated under the Biden administration. It's because these Democrats are deranged in their hatred for President Trump, and they are holding their state and local law enforcement hostage as a result. And these Democrat mayors and governors are doing this over what? over the lawful and legitimate law enforcement operations to remove violent criminals from the streets of Minnesota, from the streets of California, from the streets of New York, and from the streets of every state across this country. And you don't see these riots and this vandalism taking place in states like Florida. Why? Because you have a governor in that state who has empowered federal and local authorities to work together. And it's despicable what we're seeing from these Democrat politicians, especially in sanctuary states and cities across the country.
Okay. On the healthcare plan, if this plan is put in place, every single American who has healthcare in the United States will see lower costs as a result. On the shooting from last night,
to your first point, I think I've addressed that these Democrat governors and mayors in not just Minnesota, but in states across the country are essentially, they've referred to ICE agents who, again, are brave men and women. And I would encourage everyone in this room, and I would encourage Governor Walz and other Democrats who are demeaning law enforcement to sit down and have a cup of coffee with an ICE agent or a Border Patrol agent. These are great, patriotic men and women who have families, who put on the uniform every day and are following our nation's immigration laws at the direction of their bosses and again, at the direction of the law. They are simply trying to enforce the law. And the Democrat Party has demeaned these individuals. They've even referred to them as Nazis and as the Gestapo. And that is absolutely leading to the violence we're seeing in the streets. If you look at some of the images out of Minneapolis last night, look at this vehicle. Look at what it says. It says F ICE. You have these individuals who are putting their middle finger, proudly so, at the camera. Another ICE a vehicle that was vandalized last night by these left-wing agitators. People don't do this without encouragement from people in power who make them feel like it's okay. Here's another one. And I'm pretty sure this car, you can't see it, said the best agent is a dead agent or something to that effect. This is despicable rhetoric that we're seeing, and the media is absolutely complicit in this violence, because if you look at the headline from CNN, protests erupt after federal agent shoots man in Minneapolis, that is not the story, that is not the truth. If you actually want to know the truth, you can look at what the Department of Homeland Security released, which is that this ICE agent was executing a targeted operation against a Venezuelan illegal alien who was unlawfully present in the country, who fled by car and then fled by foot. And when this ICE agent tried to detain the individual, 3 more of his comrades came rushing out of a house and started ambushing and attacking the ICE agent. They used a shovel or a broom to smash his face.
They used a shovel and a broom.
And so, yes, that agent had to use self-defense and take up his weapon to protect his own life. That is what's happening on the streets of Minneapolis. That's what's happening on the streets, unfortunately, of these.
Crazy.
Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly.
This is going to be ridiculous.
32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 U.S. citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent.
While doing what?
How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Oh, nice. Well, there you go. She hits right on it. Atta girl.
Opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack.
God, look at this mouth breather.
You're not a reporter. You're
Look
posing
at this mouth breather. Look at him.
In this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you,
idiot. Liberals protesting ICE thought this man was an ICE agent, so they stopped him to make sure that he wasn't. Present your papers, citizen.
There, like I said, I don't have to do this.
Yeah, they hate on ICE for doing it, and yet here they are doing exactly what they hate on ICE for doing.
Having to do this. Yeah. That's all. We just got to stop this.
So he's got a lot of camera equipment. I think we can say this isn't ICE.
Yeah, I'm not. I tried to tell her
Commies. I swear. So sick of them. Hostile mob screaming at all vehicles coming and going from the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis.
They slow down and open their windows. What movie?
Oh, wow. Amid rising tensions in Minnesota, sitting Democrat Rep Brad Tapke of Shakopee has been live tweeting the locations of federal law enforcement officers. He looks the part, doesn't he? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Wow.
We apparently have a new photo of the suspect from last night, Paul. We're all seeing this for the first time together. A smiling photo of the suspect. This is Julio Cesar Sosa Celis, who is smiling inside of an ambulance, we are told last night, after being shot in the leg. This is being confirmed through us through multiple DHS and ICE sources that this is indeed the suspect. There are going to be more photos, but this is the first of several.
Wow.
Fuck you! Go home!
This is a few hours ago outside the building.
You're not welcome in Minnesota. Get the fuck out of here. Crawl back in your hole.
Crawl back in your hole, says the mole person. You're literally a mole person, sir.
I saw Jaden and one other guy get taken, didn't they?
Massive clash.
We're told that the
I think we saw that.
Okay.
Video of 6 kids found locked in a Milwaukee storage unit. Played in court. What?
The woman we see in here, was that the 911 caller?
Yes.
It was the middle of a September night. Police called to this storage facility for a baby heard crying inside one of the locked units. The jury seeing this footage Tuesday alongside defendant Charles Duprice, the man on trial accused of neglecting his children after police were able to bust into the unit.
Milwaukee police were coming in. Hi. What's going on here?
Inside, police finding Duprice 6 children alone, the oldest 9, the youngest a newborn. No running water, no electricity. Prosecutors say the only light came through the door's cracks.
How did it smell?
Like piss and shit.
Like it was being used as a bathroom.
And that's because it was. The state saying the children used this bucket to go to the bathroom. Duprice and mom Asia Zielinski asleep.
You could step out, yeah.
In a nearby car with the family dog. The jury then saw recorded interviews with the 3 oldest children. A judge's order prohibits us from sharing the confidential footage, but the interviewer took the stand.
Does just say he doesn't like being in the storage unit?
Yes. The defense asking questions in its cross-examination.
This was climate controlled, correct?
Yes.
As the state spent all day presenting its case.
Absolutely disgusting. detaining multiple rioters outside the facility. Well, music. Bah. Hate when they do that. What the frick? 3 suspects wearing an all black and armed with a gun and hammers carried out a smash and grab in a busy New York City store on Wednesday, making away with over $100,000 worth of merchandise.
Police are still looking for those 3 brazen robbers who walked into Poke Corp and stole $100,000 worth of merchandise. You can see those robbers walk in the store. They're wearing all black with anime backpacks on around 6:45 last night. They smashed the glass,
which look like they were freshly stolen.
Display cases while pointing a gun at shoppers. Now, along with the $100,000 worth of merchandise that they stole, the NYPD says the robbers also stole $1,000 from the register before running away westbound on West 13th Street, where this store is located. The founder says the store was filled with more than 40 customers. She says that these suspects were young and they have been in the store before. She says they were very familiar
every damn time. YNs.
With the layout
Always
of
the YNs.
Store, and they knew exactly where to go.
$6,000 senior tax deduction. Yeah. Hey. Somalis are laughing at you. What? When that daycare paycheck finally hit. Wow. Exiled Iranian journalist Masih Alinejad speaking at an emergency UN Security Council meeting. The Iranian people are asking the world to help through actions, not back-to-back meetings and empty condemnation. We don't need empty words. Oh boy.
The Iranian people are asking the world to help through actions, not.
Look at this one. Boy, oh boy.
Back-to-back meetings and empty condemnation. We don't need empty words. People of Iran,
what we do need is neocon slop.
Are asking the Islamic Republic are telling you the Islamic Republic no longer can be reformed, and asking you that the Islamic Republic no longer be treated as a legitimate government. Today, the number of those killed is much higher than I told you. This regime, again and again, cannot be reformed. Let me be very clear. The Islamic Republic behave like ISIS, and the Islamic Republic must be treated like ISIS. This is how you can save lives.
Neocon slop.
Thank you so much.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I want them to do well. I want them to get out from under the foot of the current regime, for sure. It's a mess. What I don't want is, well, neocon slop to be foisted upon us, using this as an opportunity to just get a foot in the door, you know? New 80 co-sponsors to U.S. House bill seeking impeachment of Kristi Noem. Wow. Family of accused Charlie Kirk shooter's partner speaks out. Oh, the furry.
Accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson set to appear in court tomorrow. Ahead of that are Brian Enton speaking exclusively with a family member of Robinson's partner, Lance Twiggs. The interview revealing some new insight into the couple's relationship, their online presence, and the text messages released by prosecutors. Senior correspondent Brian Enton joins us live from Utah. So, Brian, what all did you learn?
Yeah, it was really an interesting interview, Nicole. We're at Utah Valley University right now. This is where Charlie Kirk was shot, right in this courtyard right here. You mentioned there's a big court hearing tomorrow that we'll be at, but we are also now, for the very first time, talking to Lance Twiggs' family. And Lance Twiggs has really been a big mystery in this entire thing. Remember, he is the roommate and romantic partner of Tyler Robinson, the man accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk. He is the person, according to law enforcement, who was texting with Tyler Robinson right after the shooting. And there's been a lot of questions about where he is. Is he under FBI protection? Is he in the witness protection program? I have learned through this family member that he is no longer being protected by the FBI, that he has moved out of state, so he is no longer in Utah, that he has obtained an attorney.
Wait, he was being protected by the FBI, though, at one point?
Family has. I spoke with that family member. She did not want her face shown just because of everything going on, but she says this has obviously been an extremely difficult time for the family. Listen to this.
I mean, both of them are super smart. I mean, Lance was, I do know that, and I remember, his
Twig.
He was a concert pianist. Like his
a what?
Talent for piano music was.
You mean like Zelensky, or
off the charts? Like not normal. It was very impressive, and that's kind of what I've heard about Tyler, is that he was just so smart and it's just a shame that these kids that had so much potential and such a bright future.
What do you think changed?
I don't, and then being as antisocial as they were, from my understanding of, playing these games and being a part of this this Discord group, it just, they didn't seem like they were in a real world.
There's text messages between Tyler and Lance where they're texting.
Yeah, it's almost like they were, like, I don't know, completely mentally ill.
After the event. Mm-hmm. A lot of people find them
almost
unusual.
Mm-hmm. The world that they were in, like this gaming
world of make-believe.
Like that was a normal way that
the land of imagination
spoke, that this wasn't an abnormal, the way they spoke wasn't abnormal.
There have been a lot of questions about where Lance is now, whether he's in the FBI protection program. It's been a big mystery. He kind of has disappeared.
Yeah, my understanding was for the first few weeks, because there were so many threats against his family that and him, that they had. My understanding is they did have a little bit of FBI detail, and they kind of moved around a little bit, but they're not anymore. He's with his family.
Will he still cooperate with the investigation, from what you know?
I'm gonna go with probably not.
I don't know.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's a no. That's a big fat no right there. That's what that is. Okay, Trump speaking at is hockey guys, I guess, Stanley Cup champions.
It's an honor to welcome to the White House the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Unbelievable team, unbelievable athletes, players. These men are
yes, Florida, known far and wide for ice and winter sports, especially hockey.
Responsible for the greatest feats in Panthers franchise history, and beyond that. You compare them to some of the greatest hockey teams ever, including the first ever President's Trophy, 3 straight final appearances, and the one that you didn't make. What the hell happened to you? You should have won that game. But it was good to do the little comeback, right? Comebacks are wonderful, actually. But the 3, pretty good, right, Gary? And an incredible 2 straight Stanley Cup victories. And I just want to congratulate the unbelievable players. They have something different, because I watched some of the games that it looked like it was going to be tough, and you pulled them out. You pulled them out for years. Well, Vinny's a winner, so you learn from the owner, I guess. After a shortened off-season and a regular season plagued by injuries, the Florida Panthers entered the 2025 playoffs with extraordinary pressure to defend the title, but they also had an amazing aura about them. It was called the aura of winning. There's something nice about it. And that's what they did. But not only did you live up to the sky-high expectations, you gave us perhaps the most dominant playoff run in NHL history. The Panthers scored 94 goals in the playoffs, more than any team in a generation. You won a record 10 times on the road. It was, nobody's ever done that one before. You led the finals for over 255 minutes, the most of any team in NHL history. And you denied Canada the Stanley Cup for the 32nd straight year by I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Matthew? We have a little competition with Canada. No, they're great people, though. They're great people.
Does he take questions at any point? No, just a brief one, I guess. All right. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Machado visits the White House and then spent the afternoon with lawmakers at the Capitol. Prior to her meeting, she was given a rosary by a Senate staffer who wouldn't give her name, but said that she fled Venezuela at the age of 9. Machado wore it around her neck.
Thank you so much. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. How did your meeting go with the president?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Move out.
Thank you so much.
Ted Cruz, I see. Creepy Chris Coons.
Thank you. Straight out. Keep moving, please. Thank you.
Let's go, guys. Keep moving. Keep moving. Let's go. There you go. This way. This way.
Dickie Durbin. Oh, she apparently personally presented Trump with her Nobel Prize medal during the meeting. I don't know why, but
Porfa, te agradezco. Gracias por estar aquí. Un abrazo, porfa. Te amamos, todo el pueblo venezolano está contigo. Todo el pueblo venezolano está contigo.
Qué bueno verte.
Todos que estábamos esperando del otro lado, qué bueno que vinimos para acá para saludarte.
María, Dios te bendiga y te dé mucha fuerza. María Corina, nosotros que estamos luchando aquí en Venezuela y vamos a seguir luchando por recuperar nuestro país.
Contamos con el presidente.
oh my goodness. Machado here met with a bipartisan group of senators after her White House meeting. Any questions here? Just
¿Cómo calificarías la reunión?
all español.
¿Cuál fue el trato del presidente?
Doing selfies. Oh my goodness. Okay. Recognition for who?
Maria.
Okay. So they ask her about presenting the medal to Trump.
Yeah, did you offer to President Trump your Nobel Peace Prize?
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, and I told him this. Listen to this. 200 years ago, General Lafayette gave Simón Bolívar a medal with George Washington face on it. Bolívar since then kept that medal for the rest of his life. Actually, when you see his portraits, you can see the medal there. And it was given by General Lafayette as
Wow, interesting.
a sign of the brotherhood between the United States, the people of the United States and the people of Venezuela in their fight for freedom against tyranny.
Lafayette, huh? Wow.
200 years in history, the people of Bolivar are giving back to the heir of Washington a medal, in this case, a medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, as a recognition for his unique commitment with our freedom.
Huh.
Fry.
Mike Davis says Mayor Jacob Fry and Tim Walz could end up in federal prison for insurrection. Oh yeah, Mr. Davis would know.
Who think that they can, by force,
I see him every so often,
resist these immigration efforts. That is textbook insurrection. That is textbook seditious.
Just on the other week, in fact.
Conspiracy. Those are very serious federal felonies, along with assaults on law enforcement, along with harboring illegal aliens, along with conspiracy. Generally, I would say to Governor Walz and Mayor Fry, you're playing a very deadly game here.
Oh, yeah.
And you could end up in federal prison if you do this. In addition, the president can and should invoke the Insurrection Act, which is passed by Congress to allow the president to federalize the Minnesota National Guard to assist federal law enforcement in executing federal immigration laws and to put down this insurrection.
And in fact, it has led to bloodshed. 2 individuals emerged from a
Be surprised where else it might go to.
Last night, seemingly taking up Fry and Walz on their invitation and interfering in an ICE arrest, joining an assault against an ICE officer. But I'm going to return to that question, Mike. Let's say President Trump does invoke the Insurrection Act. What then? How does that unfold in Minnesota?
Well, then President Trump could send in the active duty military forces into Minnesota, into Minneapolis, to put down the rebellion, to put down the insurrection. He could also federalize the Minnesota National Guard. Well, the National Guard would be under federal control, under the president's control, and not under Governor Tim Walz's control. And I would say this, if these Democrat politicians, you're hearing that they want to arrest ICE agents around the country when these ICE agents are executing federal immigration laws, that could lead to deadly force being used.
Now Los Angeles. Chaos erupts in Los Angeles during an ICE raid.
Fuck you! Coming the fuck up! Fuck you!
Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, on Iran.
Thank you, Mr. President.
This is quite long. We'll skip it. But he says President Trump is a man of action. He's made it clear all actions are on the table to stop the slaughter, in reference to Iran. Oh, wow. Illegal alien crashes into ICE vehicles after ignoring commands and gets arrested. Again, yet another one.
26th and Pleasant, several vehicles.
Should I blow?
Should I blow? Should I blow my right whistle?
Film!
If you have to ask, you probably shouldn't. ICE raid in Santa Monica, California.
Just doing my job. Sorry, guys.
Oh, bye-bye. Bon voyage.
We got more.
Have a nice trip home. Don't fall. Man in blue SUV dumps water from the back of his vehicle to ice the road in front of the federal building entrance. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I mean, that should be pretty easily remedied with a little bit of rock salt, but still. Roads already look pretty heavily salted as it is. Major breaking bill passes Senate vote that bans the use of government funds for abortions in an 81-15 vote. 81-15. Includes provisions that prohibit the use of appropriated funds for abortions under a DOJ title. Exceptions in the case of rape and some others, incest. Okay.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. I want my teeth like that. That looks like
Oh my gosh. He's got his front teeth knocked out.
Nice. How are you, sir? Thank you.
Trump says, I want my teeth like that. What?
I want my teeth like that. That looks like
He's missing like 4 freaking teeth on the top row. That's crazy. Okay. Timmy, we saw absolute insanity. This moron. Oh, you're so fucked. You're so fucked, dude. And you know it. You know it. Everyone knows it.
Minnesotans believe in the rule of law, and Minnesotans believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's room for everybody, no matter who you are.
If you look really closely, you can just make out the shadow of a gigantic hammer just out of frame that's about to drop on his head.
Or who you love or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life. We're an island of decency in a country being driven towards cruelty. We will remain an island of decency, of justice, of community, of peace. And tonight I come before you simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us. Thank you, protect each other, and may God bless the people of Minnesota.
What an idiot. What an idiot. He's so screwed, and I love it. It's going to be a fun day. Macro Rubio posting, for the fake news peddling misinformation about the appellate ruling for Mahmoud Khalil, here's our stance in simple terms. If you sympathize with terrorists, your presence is contrary to the national and foreign policy interests of the United States. You are not welcome here. Pretty simple. Pretty easy. Contrary, City of Minneapolis is posting this. Contrary to federal rhetoric, Mayor Free and other city leaders have consistently called for peace and calm as our community confronts the incursion of federal agents sowing chaos in our streets. Yeah, okay, what the effing do? You say that out of one side of your mouth, and then out of the other side, you tell them to go do exactly what they're doing.
I have said from the get-go,
ridiculous.
To people in Minneapolis, do not take the bait.
While also telling them to take the bait.
We are better than that. I have encouraged peaceful protest, and I am inspired by
while knowing, of course, that it will not remain peaceful because they never do. You know that, Jacob.
tens of thousands of people who have in fact peacefully protested and fairly documented with transparency what is taking place. That is allowed in any city in the country. And I have made it clear that to the extent people are going beyond that and those protests are not peaceful and the violence that the chief mentioned, it's got to stop.
That moron, this idiot. You can see him regretting the last like 25, 30 years of his life. The downhill trajectory of which probably started with him doing something that he got blackmailed for decades. Wonder what that would be. Must have been bad.
Chief mentioned, it's got to stop and you got to go home.
White House spokesman David Engel. For the first time in history, the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery has hung up an iconic photo taken by the White House honoring POTUS. Is that the... Oh, it's a different one, a new one. Okay. Very cool. One of the leftist agitators involved in the attack on FBI vehicles in Minneapolis last night has reportedly been identified as Mira Altobel Resendez. Oh, just days ago, none other than Ilhan Omar was protesting right next to her, right beside her. Mic in hand, here she is. There's the lady, and there's Ilhan Omar, right by her side. How about that?
What's this?
Kristi Noem, an hour ago. Effective immediately, Charles Wall will serve as Deputy Director of ICE for the last year. Mr. Wall served as ICE's principal legal advisor, playing a key role that helped us deliver historic results in arresting and removing the worst criminal illegal aliens from American neighborhoods. He served as an ICE attorney for 14 years. He's a forward-leaning strategic thinker who understands the importance of prioritizing the removal of murderers, rapists, pedophiles, gang members, and terrorists from our country. Director Kash Patel at the FBI, a few hours back, posted this up. The FBI and partners have arrested Giorgio James Jones out of Minneapolis, the individual who allegedly destroyed federal property and smashed windows attempting to breach the Minneapolis courthouse in recent days. Ah, that one. Now do all those people that pulled all those guns out of that car. How about that? Leftists in Minneapolis demanding that the city use their snowplows to dump snow at the entrance of the Whipple building. Are you serious? Deranged.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Fitzgerald, and I live in Ward 5. The brutality of ICE.
Yeah, let's pile up snow, because yeah, what are they going to do if we do that, huh?
The murder of Renee
They won't
Good
be able to leave.
Is on everyone.
Unless, of course, they own snowplows, which they do.
Everyone's mind today, and the time has come for this council to take action. The presence of ICE here is not law enforcement, but a vicious campaign that violates our constitutional rights. Homes have been entered without judicial warrants, peaceful protesters have been arrested without charge, and violence has been routinely used against anyone these thugs come across. What are you going to do about it? Our governor has suggested that we look to the voting booth and the courts to resolve these issues. However, Election Day is 11 months away, and the president's hand-picked Supreme Court declared him a king in their 2024 ruling of Trump versus the United States. We are on our own. So what are you going to do about it? I acknowledge the difficulty of a city standing up to the federal government, but that should only inspire our creativity. I would recommend that our snowplows should dump snow to block the roads to the Whipple building and any staging areas to prevent these thugs from launching violent raids on our city.
Yeah, that'll show them. They won't be able to do their work anymore unless, again, of course, they have snowplows.
Also, our traffic laws apply to everyone. Minneapolis,
or I don't know, hot water.
Officers should be ordered to keep our streets safe by ticketing anyone going 31 and a 30, using a cell phone while driving, or not wearing a seatbelt. Make it personally expensive for anyone who comes here to attack our community.
Like, what kind of idiot he's probably stayed up all night in a Zoom meeting full of retards like him, coming up with this awesome idea. Yeah, we'll just pile snow up in front of the entrance. What are they going to do? That'll teach them. Minneapolis school employees tell us these whistle packs are being handed out at every school in the district. They're rape whistles. We're directed to follow instructions in the flyer if we spot ice near or in the school. Why a whistle? A simple tool for fast alerts. Loud, recognizable, impossible to ignore. Our voices are stronger together. Code 1, ice nearby. Blow in a broken rhythm. Preep, 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 preep. Really? They make the sound effect? Okay, wow. Alerts the community that ice agents are in the area. Code 2, code red. Blow in a continuous, steady rhythm. Ice is detaining someone. Form a crowd. Stay loud. Stay non-violent. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't stay silent. On the streets, whistles guide people to follow ice caravans, catch up with the crowd, alert neighbors to join in. Noise equals visibility. They had AI write this bullshit. Can tell. Wow. ICE deputy director resigns to run for Congress in Ohio. That's why. That's why they bumped that guy up. We got you, DHS says. Find the criminal illegal aliens that have committed atrocities against Minnesotans under the watch of Governor Walz and Mayor Free. wow.dhs.gov. Worst of the worst. You can search them up yourself.
Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans.
Well done. Well done, DHS. Very good. It was the obvious move. Two individuals plead guilty to $68 million adult daycare fraud scheme. Wow. Which one is this? Yet another one that no one's heard about? There are so many of these, you guys. I'm not even kidding you. Like, they're everywhere. And no one's talked about them. There are absolutely massive efforts, massive prosecutions, indictments, arrests going on all across the country of people involved in this shit. It's just no one hears about it. So this one is in where? What state? New York. Eastern District of New York. Give me a, here we go. Summarize page. Two defendants, Manal Wassef and Elaine Antau, plead guilty to conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud for their roles in a large-scale Medicaid kickback scheme operating in Brooklyn. Happy Family Social Adult Daycare. What a name. They all have ridiculous names like that. Family Social Adult Daycare Center, Inc. and Responsible Care Staffing, Incorporated. Wow. Responsible care, huh? Certainly took care of your wallet. Operation Between October 2017 and July 2024, defendants recruited Medicaid recipients by offering illegal bribes and kickbacks. The scheme billed Medicaid over $68 million for services that were either never provided or were induced through illegal payments. Money laundering. Wasef and Antau used various business entities to launder fraud proceeds and generate the cash used for bribes. Yeah. That's another part of this that people haven't really hit on yet. How they're laundering the money. Wasef and Antau are the 6th and 7th individuals to plead guilty in this ongoing investigation. Let's see where these people hail from. Trying to find out what country these people immigrated here from. Official documents identify them only as residents of Brooklyn. The names, of course, are a hint. Zakia Khan, Asani Jaz, Ansir Abbasi. Suggest potential South Asian or Middle Eastern heritage of some kind. Yep. Let me see if we can find out a little more. Show you guys how to use AI tools here. Chat. All right. Okay. Let's see what we get. See if we can find out exactly where these people are from. New York is going to be one of the worst by far. When you look at per capita Medicaid spending, they're up there. You'll never guess who's at the top, though. Any guesses for which state is number one in the country for per capita Medicaid spending? Most spending, highest amount of spending per Medicaid enrollee. Any guesses? What do y'all think the number one state is? It surprised the heck out of me. I'll wait for some guesses to roll in before I drop it on you. See people guessing Maryland, Connecticut, New York, Cali, Mississippi. Nope, 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 nope. Maine, nope. Nope. It's North Dakota. It's North frickin' Dakota. At least if I remember right. Let me see if it's in my chats here. Here we go. Oh, this might be. Yeah, it's a different one. I think it's on. Might be on this account. No, interesting. Maybe I did it on Grok. I was pretty sure I did it here, but which states? Here we go. Here we go. See, this one came up with a different set of answers. Yeah. I think it kind of depends on the source you're asking, but where'd it go? Here you are. That's a different article. Okay. North Dakota. Top immigrant groups. Oh yeah, that's right. I was, as a result of that interesting data point, I was looking at which immigrant groups are most prevalent in each state. This is an interesting little aside here. So for North Dakota, it's Liberia. Liberia is the #1 spot. The #1 immigrant demographic. Most are Mexico or some other Central or South American country, but there are a few outliers. China, Massachusetts, in the #1 spot. India, Connecticut. India, New Jersey. Dominican Republic, New York. Interesting. India again, Ohio. India again, Pennsylvania. Virginia is El Salvador, yeah. Yep. Same for DC, El Salvador. Okay. Oh, darn. Oh, look at this. Here's a look at per capita Medicaid spending for the nation over time since its inception in the mid to late 60s. It's great for stuff like this. It'll make graphs for you, make infographics. Hold on. Oh, you guys can't see this shit. Silly me. There you go. Per capita Medicaid spending. There you are. It's interesting. So I would say the peak of like best healthcare in this country was probably about the late 90s. And then for whatever reason, it starts going all haywire here, all over the place. And then there's Obamacare right here. Yeah, I wish I could find the thing about North Dakota. Yeah, I don't see it here either. That's all right. Anyway. Oh, dang it. Hate when that happens. That looked interesting. I wanted to see that. Let me see if we can search it up. Minneapolis resident. There it is. Beautiful.
This is nuts. This is fucking, yeah, and you're right in the middle of this shit. What the fuck is going on, dude? This is insane.
Have you ever gone out to these sort of things before?
Never. I've never protested in my life. My brother's here. He does it all the time. I've never. Like I said, I'm far enough away, but close enough, and I sit in my cushy house and look at shit and get mad, and they're just trying to fucking scare people, and but why shoot people? You know what really pisses me?
Why? Yes, indeed, sir. Why shoot people? I guess he just stopped at that point and didn't actually think about the answer.
Me off is the fact that they detain people, cuff them, and then still beat the shit out of them. They tell you it's immigrants.
These people are so fucking stupid.
Only immigrants? It's fucking anybody. I have friends that got detained and all they were doing was fucking driving home from work. What the fuck?
Sounds like you don't fit the definition.
Oh no.
Of the
No, and I'm not fucking paid to be here like everybody fucking says. What the fuck is that?
Calm down, sir.
I gotta work in the goddamn morning, just like everybody else. I'm just here trying to stand up for community, dude. We're all human beings here. I don't give a shit who
these people.
You are, where you came from, what color you are. It doesn't fucking matter. This is wrong.
No, it's not. Fucking unreal. All right. Well, I don't think we have anyone scheduled actually from the 7 to 9 time slot since LC Mac gave it up. We're done with our pile, but let me go over to some other spots here and we'll see what we can find. Texas begins removing LGBTQ pride crosswalk. Nice. Bye-bye. Music to my ears.
Bring all those concerns.
I'm getting word from White House officials that Machado insisted that she give the Nobel medal to the president, and he did indeed accept it.
Ari, I am getting word from White House officials that Machado insisted that she give the Nobel medal to the president, and he did accept it.
Woo-wee! Spicy. Give it up, son. You're done. Or we could not.
Well, can you tell us
I think this is that guy right here.
about your injuries now and the prognosis? Will you be blind in that eye for life?
Darwin Award. Darwin Award for you. You win.
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life. They said my globe was...
Well, too bad they didn't remove you from the gene pool, too. Not by killing you, of course, but, severing your nuts or something. I don't know.
Ruptured. I had my lower lid
You may have done that yourself of your own accord.
was cut up, and they had to take skin from my temple to fix it.
Actually, you know what? I think this was a woman at one point.
There's a lot to it. I don't remember all the things.
Yeah, I think it's the other way. I think this was a woman, and it's taken testosterone.
That they said I have fractures in my skull that they can't
You can hear it in the voice. They always sound like fucked up frogs.
fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had.
Yeah.
This is a serious clash happening right now. So John.
Saw that one. Saw these. One more time. I gotta see that again. Give me that again.
What you just saw was a federal immigration agent pushing an unidentified protester into oncoming traffic after appearing to block their vehicle.
They just fired off a tear gas canister.
And here, another violent clash between Border Patrol agents and an anti-ICE protester
Oh
who
my
appeared
God.
to swat an agent's hand away while recording an immigration enforcement operation. These moves coming on the
Morons. Love it. All right. Well, anyway, it looks like LC is in. I guess I got the days mixed up. So he is in on Thursday. Silly me. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, brother. What's popping?
Just drove in through a blizzard.
Oh, fun.
Nutty out there, like 50-mile-an-hour winds. And
I love driving in that shit, man. It makes things interesting.
That's right. That's right. I made it, though. So
heck yeah.
We're all good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Getting any snow yet, or is it?
No, nothing just yet. I don't know if is it supposed to hit us too?
I don't know.
hope
It
so.
might be coming across.
I mean, we haven't had much in the way of snow this year, so
It's a ways off. It's in Wyoming right now, as far as I know. So
a while to go then. Yeah.
Rowan, Wyoming right now.
Yep. Cool. Well, I will let you get to it then, man.
All right. Say hi to Radix and the kiddo for me, and you guys have a great evening. I will see you next week.
Dude, stay warm.
Will do. Thanks a lot.